Nice work, Cami.
This is a whole different type of competition. We have 8 unique athletes. We are here to make some history.
Nice moves!
They're going to be rock climbing, backcountry touring, and freeride skiing, and they're going to be mountain biking.
He almost went over the bars.
Ready to flow, baby. Redlining a red mountain line. Here we go. That was crazy.
Just trying to be careful, some holds that might not last.
Oh, little loose rock there.
Did Nick bite off more than he could chew? He's literally hanging off the side of a cliff. We are in the Uncompahgre Gorge here in Ouray, Colorado. I'm Slema Masekela. To my right, professional skier extraordinaire, Amy Engerbretson.
We're in the heart of the San Juans, and we've got a beautiful wall of climbing behind us.
This is a great place for unprecedented competition, namely Ultimate Mountain Athlete presented by Toyota. Our athletes, 4 men and 4 women, are attempting 2 lead climbs, but they have a total of 30 minutes available.
They're being judged primarily on the difficulty of the route, and then they will also get points should they not complete the route for the number of clips and their high point on the wall.
And remember, these points count towards total points over these 3 different disciplines: climbing, mountain biking, and free skiing. Only 1 man and woman will earn the title of Ultimate Mountain Athlete Champion and drive away in a brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. Right now, Nick had 22 minutes and 52 seconds for his second climb. Let's see if he can take it all the way to the top.
He's got a lot of time. Hopefully he doesn't rush through, you know?
Yeah.
He just kind of pieces it together.
The 11B was a little bit more straightforward at first. I knew there was like a pretty steep bulge, like kind of a roof to go through. Tricky to read and maybe kind of slower climbing. The roof was probably most of a body length or something. It was kind of hard to see over the lip, but you could tell there was something there at the beginning, and if you just sort of committed to leaning out, hopefully you'd find some more. And
Nice hold.
A bit of a commitment, though.
Yeah.
You know?
The feet. Get it how the feet are going. He's committed
Come on,
now.
Nick. You're on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Nick.
below the roof, there was some loose rocks, so it was just sort of like trying to be careful moving through, you know, some holds that might not last.
Keep it, hold it.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice move.
Like a Canadian full-on boss.
His forearms look a little pumped.
Once I was past the roof, the holds kind of got a little bit better, but I was just happy to make it to the top of a couple awesome routes, and it was a super fun day out, you know.
Oh, got him. Done.
Yeah!
Nice.
That was sick!
When we were asked what climb we were going to do, Nick said first he was going to do the 11B, and I also originally said I was going to do the 11B. I really had two options. It was either I do the 11B that he does and speed climb up it, or I just go for something a little bit harder and then hopefully just make it to the top, but like not be rushed.
11C, big step up.
This is the hardest route that's been attempted today so far.
Whew, that's hard. What the
Come on, it's good route finding right there. Really good work.
That's athleticism right there.
Yeah. Come on, Jed, don't rush.
Jed impressed the hell out of me up there. He was climbing to me looked unclimbable, but he took his time and greased it, and he was fluent dancing.
Thank God there was a big diagonal rail after the second roof, and I just threw my forearm on it because I don't even think I could have held on to the biggest jug possible. I was just gonna pitch. I also thought I was gonna fall off 3 times, so it was kind of lucky at the same time.
Nice work.
Yeah, Jed, come on.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah! Yeah, Jed!
Nice work.
Holy.
Woo!
All right, we just saw the hardest route of the day, and that was what they call a clean send.
I don't really see it as a bragging thing. I feel like I was more impressed by some of the other athletes, like Cami coming in. She'd only sport climbed one. She'd done one lead in her life coming into today.
Yeah, Cami, come on.
Come on.
I climbed a couple times, but always indoor climbing, so I didn't have much experience on rocks. Actually, not much relationship between climbing and me.
What the I want to do now?
on a lead climb like this, and if you get scared like that, or you feel like you've reached where you want to just say, oh, enough, you can usually say take and hang on the rope. But in competition scene here, she's just got to keep moving. She can't say take. She's just got to climb until she falls. That's exactly what she needed to do. That was so great. That was so great.
Thank you so much. You're the best.
Take your time, Karsten.
Not getting a close look at the route, there's a lot of unknowns. Know that a couple of the other guys are way stronger climbers than I, so I just picked fun routes that were a bit of a reach and had no problem with falling on them and just tried to have a nice time.
Nice work, Karsten. You got to work that speed. Come on.
I sort of worked my way through it. It was a little more route findy, less straightforward than I expected. And just because I haven't been climbing and I'm not in climbing shape, I sort of gassed myself just hunting around.
He's fighting his arms right now.
Oh! Nice work, Karsten!
Way to fight for it.
It was really just a dumb fall. I was sort of poking around looking for my best route forward, shifted my weight weird and just slipped off, which is fine.
The second climb, which was the 10B, which I was kind of nervous about for sure. But because I was coming off the high of the cleaning the 5.9, I was like pretty confident again.
There she goes. Yeah!
I almost couldn't believe it, you know, like I really wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to clean that. I felt really strong and was like, oh, I got this for sure. That was really an incredible feeling to top out on that climb.
Emily, that was her hardest lead climb she's ever led, and then Campy too. So, I mean, that just brings a lot of joy to me. It's like, okay, like we're all out here just like having fun, trying hard, and I think that's like what I try to live by is just like try your best, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Keep on going.
Hey, Nux for Lux.
Gosh, it.
Thanks.
Molly and I sat on the sidelines during the first and second climb and just punched numbers. And I think we came to the decision that like it's better to finish the climb, so let's try to do one that we can finish because you get those bonus points at the end.
So same difficulty as her first attempt, but different route.
Honestly, from the very beginning, I was like, this is my style of climbing. Like, I dig this.
This is a race between Mads and Molly. It looks like Molly is going to potentially climb the same route, and so they will have both done the same route. Assuming they both can get this route clean, we need to watch the clock on this one.
Right.
I get up, I like do this finger lock, and I'm like, that's bomber.
Madison's climbing quick.
And pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be good, could be bad.
Good.
When something like that happens, where it's just like, you know, hold brakes or you slip your foot or whatever, you're just kind of like, that's not the best that I could do. So you're like dissatisfied. And I definitely am hard on myself, especially with climbing. It's like, oh man, you know.
I'm so bummed. I felt good.
Shoot, like I felt bad that happened because she was like literally just like running up the thing.
Once I took the whip and came down, I got to watch Molly just send it. To be able to just like bounce back and try to find happiness and joy and like stoke in other people is like, that's the best, you know?
Wow, that leaves the door really open for Molly.
And then I was like, oh, like, am I gonna fall there? Like, I don't know. And then I got really scared because I was kind of relying on her to like get up so I could see the beta. My hands are shaking.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Final climber of the day.
All right, so Molly on her second attempt, and again, the same route that Mads just failed on.
Feet are a little tricky.
Come on, Molly.
When I got to the next clip after she fell, I was like, okay, like definitely was like, okay, relieved, like I could fall. And then it kind of made the rest of the climb, I wouldn't say like more fun, I just think like it was relieving, for sure.
My name is Molly Armanino, and I am from South Lake Tahoe, and I am a free skier.
I originally grew up in Placerville, which is the foothills of the Sierras. We did grow up ski racing and skiing. I was very fortunate to have a good, loving family, so very privileged upbringing, full of love. I moved to Santa Cruz, didn't really do too much sport in my early 20s, just had fun. I moved to Tahoe and I was like, this is the thing that makes me the happiest. What a wonderful day to be alive. I think just in general being in the mountains motivate me. Just seeing like these giant peaks kind of being surrounded by you. It's like this like true raw motivation. But on a more like existential level, what motivates me at this point in my life is my friends and family.
What's the greatest challenge that you've ever faced?
Yeah, I was like, my greatest challenge I've ever faced, I think, to be completely honest, like, yeah, I haven't really talked about it too much, but when I was 19 years old, I was in a serious car accident with my best friend in college, and I was driving, and we crashed, and she passed away. It was, like, technically my fault. So I was, like, a 20-year-old kind of going through life, trying to navigate, like, this, like, insane feeling of guilt, you know, experiencing the loss of my best friend threw me up. Sorry. The next greatest challenge was my brother, who I lived with, and he passed away a few months ago and wanted to be in the ski world again with me. And he started filming and kind of built, you know, like that foundational happiness of skiing was shared with him. And yeah, I think at this point, I don't know what my greatest challenge is gonna be yet, but it's been pretty hard so far. So, yeah, I think my true accomplishment this season, honestly, has been being able to take loss at the end of the day with integrity and a smile on my face. A lot of people are like, oh, you're so strong. You're so like, I can't believe you've done this. Or like, I wouldn't be able to go through what you went through. But like, the truth is, as devastating as something can be, like on the flip side, it's like an opportunity to like hold on to these feelings of joy and happiness, because I could handle like a feeling of like loss and then still be able to enjoy my day and the people around me is honestly one of the biggest things that I try to work on this season.
Oh, she's doing well. Staying balanced.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Nice.
That was really tricky for the taller guys to do. Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Clip.
Can you hear me?
This is going for the anchor. Clip.
Yeah!
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, Molly! Wow!
I was so relieved. I was like, oh, okay, it's done. Yay. I do feel like all my climber friends are gonna be hyped at home. Yeah.
Give me a good lick. Oh, nice. Y'all, I'm so proud of you. With that clean send that Molly just put down, that makes her the leader for the women.
A truly incredible start to Ultimate Mountain Athlete. I mean, climbing did not disappoint. I am inspired, impressed, and I'm looking forward.
We are going to head up a Red Mountain Pass. It is time to go skiing. Let's see what these athletes can do on snow.
All the athletes here are exceptional athletes, so I knew there was going to be some pretty stiff competition with those guys, and being a skier by kind of career, I was banking on that being an opportunity for me to score some points and kind of stand out.
I see you're fueling up, Nick.
It's like 38 less grams that I gotta carry.
I really love endurance things, and my strategy was like rest as much as possible, make sure my legs were like ready to go for that day.
When was the last time you raced in anything?
Probably high school track. Given the conditions, there's a lot of unknown with what the weather's gonna do, how the snow's gonna heat up or stay cold.
I have a mantra too.
Okay.
Yeah, every step is a blessing. Every step is sacred. That's my mantra.
Yeah, well, it's time for you to start taking those sacred steps right now.
Let's go, baby. Woo-hoo!
Every step is a blessing. Every step is sacred. Ultimate mountain athlete.
He stole my line.
No, I didn't.
He stole my line.
I'm just borrowing. We have relocated to Red Mountain Pass here in Colorado to put our athletes through a big test.
Oh man, this is gonna be brutal for these competitors. First, they're gonna ascend on skis, then descend on skis, then ascend again, ending in this crazy boot pack. This is gonna be a huge endurance challenge for these athletes.
And if that wasn't enough, when that's all said and done, they're gonna have to ski down one more time, about 2,000 vertical feet. I'm athletic, but not an athlete, so I get to stay here at the start. You, Amy, because you're a professional, you have to go skiing up to the top.
I gotta get up there before the athletes, so I better get to it.
Oh, yeah!
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Karsten! Just like track and field! So much speed!
So much speed, I can't contain it.
Each breath is a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, after climbing yesterday, it seemed like it was pretty close with points. So today it was all about just trying to go as fast as possible, push the body as hard as I could.
You have to have this mentality of it's not over yet. Once you get to the summit, you have like a descent and then another ascent up back to the summit. So I was like, I can't let it all out on the table. I need to save something in the tank.
Great job.
Good moving, girl.
Thank you. You're doing great.
No, I was not bummed when she passed me. Not at all. I was rooting for him. In fact, I got passed by all the girls, basically.
Coming from sea level up to 10, 12,000 feet and pushing as hard as possible, it's definitely like a little bit of a wake-up call for the body. Things just feel a little harder than they should. I knew it was going to be a tough event. It was probably the event I was thinking was going to be the hardest one for me.
I basically just skinned at a pace that was slightly faster than I would normally go, just where it was a little bit uncomfortable. Periodically would just take a look and see where Nick was, and if he was close, I'd speed up a bit, give myself a little gap, and once it felt comfortable, I relaxed into just kind of a mellow pace.
Seeing Karsten take off and not being able to catch up to him was pretty expected, honestly. I know the guy's super fit, super fast.
Karsten just flew up the mountain.
I'm Karsten Oliver from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I try to come up with excuses to play outside. I grew up in Salt Lake, and you have really easy access to the outdoors, so there's lots of skiing and biking and skateboarding and climbing and a lot of just feral kids running around trying to have a good time. I don't know if I have any super big accomplishments. I feel like everything is a work in progress, but I feel really good about just having good people around me and having worked myself into a place where, I can have a relatively good balance between fun and quality relationships. And winning has never been the contest sort of context. I did time on the free skiing tour back in the day, and everything is always more just pumped to see people doing their thing. So for me, a win is everyone goes out, challenges themselves, does something cool, has a great experience, and comes home safe.
You should write a book. It's how to be a chill, good human.
I mean, that's all I'm trying to do. Just be a chill, good human.
Coming into a transition, trying to do the least amount of taking your skis on and off, the least amount of dealing with a backpack, just trying to be as efficient as possible. And over the course of 5 transitions, it definitely adds up. Top of the first transition, and Mads was right behind us. I knew she was right on our tails, and I kind of expected her to be probably close to as fast as Karsten. She's a machine. She does a lot of big days touring, and
Look at these mountains though.
We are at the summit of Red 3. First ascent complete. Karsten Oliver just breezed through it. He comes running up here, not even out of breath.
Going from climbing to skiing, it was going from something that it's just for fun to something that I just have a lot of miles and a lot of time doing.
And Jed, you were pushing that right up the hill. Mads?
Madison's the best. So I was hooting and hollering for her, and she passed me within, 25 or 30 minutes of the skin, so she was certainly moving at a substantially faster pace than I was.
You just ripped up here, you dropped Jake like he was hot.
Jake was a good sport.
He was a good sport. Did he concede nicely?
He was so amazing. He's like, let's go, Mads, go get Jed, you know? And I was like, okay, thanks. After taking that whip in the climbing and not performing at my best potential, I was really feeling like pressure for myself that I had to just turn it on and charge. Getting ready to go down, then back up.
The athletes have climbed nearly 2,000 feet of vert at a sprint pace. They're coming up here, they're out of breath, they're winded, they're sweaty.
It's a lot of up.
And they're quickly transitioning. And then this descent here is a timed descent, so it's not judged. When they get to the base, they've got to transition again, skin up, boot pack, and that's when their time finally stops. So they are still in a race right now.
When I'm out skiing, it's more to just have fun and go ski some particular line, not just like race through a skimo contest, which is kind of a foreign thing. So I just tried to do a quick little transition, went a little simpler since I wasn't being judged on that downhill, just left glasses instead of goggles and the full kit transition, and it was smooth and easy and pretty nothing special, I don't think.
I've never toured that fast. There's been no reason to in my life, and so it's cool to just push and see how fast you can really go. I had watery eyes, flat light, trying to figure out exactly what was in front of me, and the snow is a little bit variable, so I was just trying to not crash and just, get down as fast as I could while still being in control. And I think having Jed really neck and neck the whole way, I think pushed both of us. He's always trying to catch up. So it was fun. It was kind of like a race for second. Carson was way up there, but I kind of knew that going in, and racing for second was fun.
I don't really have a game plan, honestly. It's just everyone is so talented, amazing skiers, amazing bikers. I feel like I'm worse at those sports than all of them, so I'm just gonna try and do my best and have a good time and see what happens.
Well, it's super windy, so I think that adds another layer of uncertainty of what's gonna happen on the descent. Okay, ski this fast because I could maybe get some points in the speed part of it, which I have no idea if I skied it fast or not. I think I skied it okay. Go get him.
The San Juans had something to say today. Their word, elevation.
Less oxygen means less muscle efficiency, which means fatigue sets in faster. Some of the athletes are handling it better than others.
Yeah, and they are not done because they still have the big mountain descent, 2,000 vertical feet of joy. Who will have enough in the tank? We'll find out next time on Ultimate Mountain Athlete.
Oh my God, my legs are roasted.
You start to feel kind of burning lungs.
You're a racer now.
Today's my day.
Guy does it all.
We almost went over the bars. OTB.
And that kind of set the tone a little bit.
This is no joke. So scary.
Oh! She just went down.
I'm parched. Little strolling around, yep.
The bazooka.
But I do body rolls.
All right.
You got it. Woo! That was fun or something.
Which means fatigue can set in faster.
That was awesome. And scene.